is there any better feeling than being locked in?
No.
Like when you are locked in and you are, you know, you're taking, and you're in a rhythm, and every day you're knocking it down, you never miss a step. Like you go to bed feeling great, you wake up feeling inspired, you go in the gym with energy, right?
The time and the commitment that you give to yourself, to your body, into your craft, into your mind, those things will take care of yourself. And if it's meant for you to have, then it's meant for you to have. And if it's not, if you've done all those things leading up to it and it still didn't happen, you sleep better at night. You're okay with yourself because you gave your body, your mind, your soul, everything that you could ever ask for.
He's such a mystery. He never talks about his past. It doesn't interest him. He doesn't belong to anything or anyone.
A man who stands alone is a very dangerous man. You'll never see his scars, but they're there, buried deep from battles he's fought in silence. He's faced his demons alone and won, and that makes him more dangerous than you can imagine. Still waters run deep. Don't mistake his silence for weakness. This man doesn't need a crowd. He doesn't need validation. He's built himself from the ground up, brick by brick. If you're lucky enough to be led into a circle, understand what that means. You've been chosen, not by chance, but because he saw something real in you. Beware the fury of a patient man. This is no ordinary person. He's been broken before, and instead of shattering, he rebuilt himself, stronger. So, if you're in his life, understand this. You're either in or you're out. And if you ever make the mistake of crossing him, know that his silence isn't surrender. It's a warning.
It is called aggressive patience. You have to understand that not only is it going to take time, so you have to be patient, but also during the time that you are waiting, you have to be executing day after day after day after day, as if you can will and force this goal into reality. Because when people hear be patient, you know what they hear? Sit in your chair, kick your feet up on the desk, and it'll just happen. That is not how it works. You have to come in, you have to dedicate yourself, you have to execute day after day after day after day at the highest level that you possibly can for as long as you can, and still it's going to take time. You can't outwork the time. It is called aggressive patience.
Machiavelli believes that at the core of the human soul, in the marrow of the psyche, there is a beast, an untamed animal, which wants only the satisfaction of its desires. Underneath our superego, underneath this veil of civility, this veneer of righteousness, in fact, we are animals, exclusively concerned with the satisfaction of our physical desires. We are beasts with a very, very thin shell of rational morality. Machiavelli suggests that we should become on the outside what we are on the inside, except in such cases when it's inconvenient. If it's convenient to look pious, gentle, kind, and good, well, that's just fine. The important thing is not to be gentle, kind, and good. The important thing is to be ruthless and rapacious and treacherous.
Here's a fundamental reality of driven human beings. Driven human beings are going to always feel like they're behind. They're going to always feel like they're not doing good enough. They're going to always feel like they're not far enough. They're going to always feel like you're losing. Look, winning, this is how it feels. 90% of the time, you're going to feel like you're getting your balls kicked in. All right? 8% of the time, you're going to be confused and you're frustrated. 2% of the time, you actually win. And those moments come and go, and then you're back in the 90%. And that's the reality of a winner's life. People don't understand that. They think it's all about cruising around in a cool car, having a free and happy and easy and go-lucky life. And that's not reality, because true winners are built for the fucking fight. They're built for the battle. They don't find peace and joy and happiness in the win. They find what they're looking for in the fight.
Magical answer that's going to allow you to be motivated forever. But motivation isn't real. Everyone says this. Motivation's not real. Discipline's real. I do not feel like training, but I still train because I'm a disciplined individual. You don't get to go through life only doing the things you feel like doing. Do you know who gets to do that? Women. Beautiful women. Beautiful women get to do what they feel like doing. As a man, you have to do the things you're supposed to do. Because what we said earlier is absolutely true. It's player versus player, my friend. Now, if I wake up, I've already got this massive head start over you in life, and nearly every genetic gift, plus all my finances, plus my network. And I wake up and I decide, even though I don't feel like working, I'm going to work my ass off. And you wake up way down there, a peon, and you can't be bothered to work. What chance do you have against men like us? You don't stand a chance. You can't get the girl. We'll take the girl off you. We'll bankrupt your ass. We'll kick you out your house. You name it. You don't stand a chance. Now, if you're going to wake up and look in the mirror and understand that you're absolutely and utterly crushable, that you're a rabbit and that lions exist, and that's not going to motivate you to do something about it, then you're a lost cause. And there's no point in asking us a question. You know exactly what you need to do. If you want to stay killable, then stay killable. But I can't live that way. I would refuse to live that way. It's a disgrace to my bloodline. It's a disgrace to my parents who struggled to raise me for me to be anything other than the best version of myself. That's honor. I have honor to my last name and to my ancestry. It would be disgusting for them all to have fought saber-toothed tigers so I can wake my lazy ass up, jerk off all day, and ask on YouTube how I can stop being a fucking loser.
It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what people say to you. It doesn't matter if they laugh at you. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if you're sore, if you're beat up. You're going to be all those things, and all those things are going to happen. You are going to have to build yourself into someone who can execute regardless. And when you become that version of you, there is not a motherfucking thing on this planet that can stop you.
Most of your competition quits after the first sign of difficulty because they've never known what hard feels like. If it's hard for you, it's hard for everyone. And most people avoid hard things, which is why you can beat most people by just trying.
Some men wake up at 18. Some men wake up at 30. Some men never wake up at all. Just understand something, big dog. Nobody is coming to save you. It's time to level up. Let's go.
What's going to separate the guy from first place, from second, from 10th place, then it's going to be what you put into it. You know, you get out what you put in, and I think I put in more than everybody else. I was mentally stronger. I always trained harder. I knew that, and my competition knew that. So that's why they couldn't beat me.
Most driven individuals, they live a life for many years without balance. You can't be the best at something and try to balance everything else around your life. There's going to be times where things are going to be out of balance. It just is.
You want it? Good! Now get uncomfortable! Get obsessed! Get disciplined enough to do it when it's boring! Because that's where most people quit! But you're not most people! So stay hungry and stay committed! And do it determined! Do it relentless! Just do it!
Depression is just expired motivation. Milk can go bad, right? If you leave it in the fridge for too long, the milk goes bad, and all of a sudden it's terrible for you. That's all depression is. When you feel motivated to do something, when you look online and realize that you need some more money, or a better body, or your life should be more grandiose than it currently is, you have two choices. You can either act upon that, you either take that motivation and instantly attack the universe and go and get what you want, or you can push it to the side. You can say, I feel like I want something, but it's hard to go and get it, so I'm going to distract myself with video games and Netflix. I'm just going to chill. And what will happen is that motivation will slowly fester and turn, like milk goes bad, into depression. Depression is simply motivation that you did not act upon. It is that simple. If you look at things and don't want them, you won't feel depressed. If you don't believe you deserve more money and a better life, you won't feel depressed by having a brokey life. You won't care. But if you look at that life, if you look at people living a certain way and you believe you want it, your choices are either to go and get it or end up depressed by delaying and procrastinating. The second you feel motivation, you should act on it instantly, because not doing that not only ensures you fail, even worse, not acting upon your motivation instantly is ensuring you're going to feel terrible a few days later.
They never saw the lonely nights, the aching knees, the silent battles, but I kept going. I kept shooting, and I kept believing. Not because I had all the answers, but because I had a why. My why was bigger than me. My why was every kid in the hood whoever thought greatness wasn't for them. My why was my son, watching to see if his father would fold or fight.
Everyone is asking me how I did it. Now everyone looks at my life, looks at what I have, and they ask me how. How is it possible? How? And I laugh sometimes because 2 years ago, they would see me as a nobody. It's funny because there were nights where I went to bed by myself and I started crying because I hated myself and I hated my life. So every time someone asks me, how did I do it? How did I get so lucky? I remember those nights where I was alone on my bed crying. I don't tell them that. I tell them, yeah, you know what? I was lucky. Because I know that even if I tell them what it takes, they will never do it because they are not capable of doing it. They are not capable of being months and months and months all by yourself, working on your thing, having no results. They are not capable. That's why I cried every single night, because I was putting all these efforts and I was getting nowhere. I was trying things and failing. I was going back and seeing what I did wrong, and I went to the other way to see if that was better, and I still failed. And I did that and that. Progress is not a curve that goes up. Progress goes forward, goes back again, goes back, then you go forward again, then you go back, and again, then you go down, you go up, then you go down, and you go forward, then you go back. It's never a straight forward line that goes up, never. And that's what no one wants to go through. But I did. I fucking did. Now I just can't stop. Now I'm obsessed with this. I need this. I can't stop. I can't just go back to being that guy. Now I don't cry. Because guess what? This never ends. This never ends. This just keeps going and never ends. And it will never end. That's life. There's no credits. There's no end credits. You just keep moving forward, you keep working, you keep getting better, and you keep getting results. But I know that I will never go back to what it was. Never.
Kobe Bryant was not interested in winning championships. He was obsessed. And obsession comes in the small details that nobody pays attention to. Kobe was, before the game, he was shooting free throws. And he was like, something isn't right. So he called one of the maintenance guys over. He goes, are you sure this basket is right? And the guy said, yeah. He goes, well, I want you to check it for me. He measured. It was 1/8 of an inch off. When you're that obsessed with it, pay that much attention to the details. And I have a saying, interested people watch obsessed people change the world.
You gotta be possessed with the dream.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, and maybe not the next month. I will be champion one day, I promise.
You gotta touch, you have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it.